Hey everyone, this is Ostrej here again with another product review, and this time we got the Redragon ANALA mechanical gaming keyboard. I got this keyboard because my old one is starting to fail, some of the buttons aren't working anymore, so I decided it's about time I upgraded to a mechanical keyboard. And Redragon has been pretty good to me with the quality of their products, so I decided to give it a shot with their keyboards. When I was looking online at the specs on this keyboard, I saw that it had full RGB backlighting. I thought that'd be something cool to check out. And it also is supposed to contain blue switches. They're not Cherry MX blues, but they're supposed to be very identical from what I've read. So we're gonna quickly unbox this, see what's inside, and then we're gonna plug it in and make sure everything works. Once we open up the box, we find only 3 things inside. We find the manual to set up the keyboard and figure out how to use it, the actual keyboard itself, and a key picker. That way you can pull out the keys, swap or switches, or fix them as needed. So looking at the keyboard aesthetically, there's not really much to go over. You got the keys on it that are obviously mechanical. You can hear it, like when I press the key, you can hear every click, just that signifies that the key is being pushed down all the way. We have the cable itself. It's not braided or anything, so I like it when they're braided, but it's not the end of the world. It's gonna be pretty stationary. And then for those people who really care about it, we do have the gold-plated USB connector. Once again, it's going to give you a little bit more performance because of the way the gold plate transfers the electricity. So for people who care about that, it does give you a little bit of a boost. Nothing to really notice personally. Other than that, we have the colors on the keyboard. The plastic only comes in red and black. That's the way all Redragon products come. If that matters to you, either you can repaint it yourself or something, but when you order it, it's only going to be black and red. And then we got the textures over here. It's like a hexagonal pattern over here, texture for the palm rest. And above the red line, there's another textured area. It's not glossy, but it's not matte. It's just like in between because of the way the texture is over there. So yeah, now that we got that out of the way, we're going to plug it in and make sure that the keyboard's working well. And we're going to try to figure out how this Rgb lighting works because it does not come with any driver disc. So I've been using this keyboard for about a week now, and I gotta say that I am very happy with how well it's been performing. My typing quality has improved by almost tenfold, I gotta say, because I'm making a lot less mistakes and I'm typing a lot more faster compared to my old keyboard where it was mistake after mistake after mistake. The really only difficult thing about using this keyboard is getting really used to the sound, because you are using the blue switches, so it is a very clicky keyboard. But you get used to it very quick. The pressure on the keys is very light, so it doesn't require a lot of force. It's just a very comfortable keyboard to work with. So besides the typing, the other thing that we're going to talk about is going to be obviously the RGB lighting. To begin things, I just want to say that this is not a full RGB keyboard. This is a per row LED keyboard. So each row will have a single designated color. When you plug the keyboard in, there will be no software for it. All the custom lighting is already pre-programmed into it, and it is simply adjusted by holding down the FN key and pressing down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8. These are all the preset options that come with the keyboard, and they are designated for games such as Call of Duty or League of Legends or any kind of popular titles. These first 8 are pre-programmed, and when they're in the manual what each one is for. When you want to customize your own LED setups, you hold on the FM button and you can press either F9 or not F9, but 9 or 0. Right now I have 9 set up to have all of them on, and then 0 to have them all off. So you do have 2 separate ones that are for customization. When I want to customize something, all I do is hold FN and press the home button, and now I can press keys to my own desire. And when I'm done, I hold FN again and I press the end button, and now nothing is changing. These are locked in place and I can edit them whenever I want, but this can only be done with the F9 and F0 setting because those are the only ones that are made for custom. The first 8 cannot be modified. And another thing that I want to talk about is going to be the quality of the LEDs. And this is the only thing that I really don't like. I actually can personally, I don't mind the per row single color limitation, but what I don't like is that when you are customizing your keys, the more I turn on in a single row, the dimmer they get. And there is an option on this keyboard where you can change the brightness of it, and that's simply by holding down the FM button and using the up and down arrows. You can change the brightness, but at maximum brightness, when the entire row is on, you can barely see it. I'm pretty sure the camera doesn't even pick it up right now, but if I go into editing mode right now and I start turning off keys, you will see that this top row is actually coming back on. So that is really the only issue I actually personally had with the keyboard as far as the lighting goes. Like I said, typing is great on it. I feel very comfortable. The hand rest too, I didn't mention it before, does help a lot. It is very comfortable, very ergonomic. And yeah, that's basically the important things that we have to cover. The other last thing that it took me a little while to realize that it wasn't even in the keyboard, I just figured this out by accident, even though it was actually written in the instructions, is if you press the FN button and the insert button, there are animated modes. And there are quite a few. So we got that one, another one like that, just different direction, one that goes around, and some stuff lights up after a bit. We got this one. And you can actually change the speeds actually of these animations. You can make them slower by holding the FN and pressing the arrow key to the left. It'll slow it down. And then if you press it to the right, it'll get faster. So we got this one where it does this cool thing when you press the key. I think this is just a solid all of them on. This one just has a delay for the lights to turn off. Fade, and then it defaults to, I believe, F1, and yeah, that's all of them. So yeah, overall I'd say this is a pretty high quality keyboard as far as typing goes. You have to get obviously used to the noise because it is a mechanical keyboard with blue switches. It just something you can't avoid, but the typing pressure on them is very comfortable. It'll definitely improve your typing quality and speed if you are using a membrane keyboard of any sort. So overall, I recommend it if the lighting isn't something that's gonna completely kill it for you. If you like this review and you want to pick up this keyboard, I will leave a link in the description. And also, if you got any questions, feel free to add them in the comment section of the video, and I will be sure to try my best to answer the questions. I feel like I've gotten a pretty good grip on everything this keyboard can do, so I should be able to help you out if you decide to purchase one and can't figure something out. Thanks for watching.